So neither Caitlin Clark or Sophie Cunningham was at Indiana Fever practice today. Caitlin Clark did do individual work, according to Stephanie White, or was set to do individual work. Sophie Cunningham, they said, was sick. On it, because again, no one's checking to see if she's okay. Alyssa Thomas had her whole spiel, and I didn't hear her once say, by the way, I hope Caitlin Clark is okay. I haven't heard anybody in the WNBA say, by the way, I hope Caitlin Clark is okay.
Yeah, excited to practice. Yeah.
Unusual to have this longer than the All-Star break, almost between games. What do you hope you can get out of it, having this much practice time in the middle of the season?
Yeah, I mean, we haven't had a lot of practice time since early June, so I think for us, addressing slippage, being able to really work, fine-tuning some details, and being able to add some things.
Slippage specifically, what do you view as those areas?
Well, there's always slippage. I mean, certainly. I think execution defensively, I think execution offensively. Really, when it comes to details, you need reps. And so the opportunity to get reps is going to be important.
Is this team where you expected them to be just on the learning curve defensively, or are they a little bit behind maybe where you expected? How would you gauge that?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if there was a clear-cut expectation with so many new people. Certainly when you add new pieces, different from what you had, and new pieces that, some of them new to the league. I think that you gauge it early. You think about what you want to do and what you want to put in. You gauge how quickly we're able to get to that point, and then how much retention there is. And so, I think it's a group that would I like to be further along. Of course, I think every coach would. It is where we are. And I think now for us having an opportunity for a week to be able to get back to addressing some of those things and then seeing how much further we can push is important.
Do you have any updates on Caitlin and her status? Are you expecting her to practice today?
No, she's going to be doing an individual workout today.
I think doing great. Comes at a good time.
The practice part, I don't know if they need more practice, to be honest with you. If anything, this is a chance I would think to get bodies right and dial back a little bit. So I think it's a good thing that Caitlin Clark was not on the floor for practice, whether or not she is feeling up for it or not, because her body probably needs to recover.
Like it as best as possible, but I do think that you can't take this time for granted, because once it happens and you don't do right by it, you don't get it back. So
what do you think the most important part is for this week for you guys?
I just think discipline in the areas where we obviously lack. I think that team chemistry, I think you can always get that right. Implementation of other pieces like Ty. Just figure out what Ty kind of needs. She stays a part of our process. All of us getting our feet wet as far as chemistry. I don't think you can ever be too good for that every day. And I think that just kind of abide by our culture, keeping our culture intact, and making sure that we align to just get work in. If you ain't come here to get work in and we're not doing the right things.
How do you feel like Ty been in there that first game, starting with you guys the other night?
I think it was pretty amazing. I texted her yesterday. I was like, you're great. And I told her that it was coming from a place of like, you know, her having some lapses mentally about how she felt and what her role was. And I just want her to re-solidify and that she deserves to, you know, everything that happened the other night was for her. And she put us in a position to be good. And I think that'll be good. I think she'll have plenty more good reps in the future.
We'll see how that works rotation wise as the season continues on. You know, with that third guard spot, Raven Johnson has gotten the bulk of the minutes there, but Harris did play very well the other day. She can shoot the ball. She can play point of attack defense as well. And you could see maybe where she wasn't sure what her role would be, and maybe she carved herself out a role with her play. This big break is a chance for the team to take a break, I would suppose. Obviously, Stephanie White sees it as a chance for them to work on slippage, to use her exact terminology. We await further updates. I'm sure they'll be asked about Caitlin Clark again tomorrow because there are other days, though I think there should have been a follow-up, like I said. And then obviously Kelsey Mitchell, you know, has had a good couple of days because she got the Puma deal and everything that comes along with that, and deservedly so. You know, as I said, I mean, I think Kelsey Mitchell is one of the players who have benefited the most from this boon and this boost since Clark came to the Fever, because a lot of people did go